Hello everyone, Megazip here. Welcome back to Satisfactory. Okay, we have lots to kind of work through today. We're back at the base for right now. I did put the hub back in place, so you can now see the Phase 3 parts, or lack thereof. We're not really going to be messing around with any road stuff today, although we are going to see road progress. We'll talk a little bit about what I've done with the roads, but the reason I wanted to come in here, and if you didn't know, this is my designer area here, complete with elevator access to all of the different levels. I'm just going to go up let's go to design level 2. And I don't know, it was like a week or two ago. I was working on my factory for steel and had it mostly set up. And if you remember, I had this. This was set up for that. Now this is not the exact one, but it's one just like it. And the reason I have it built here is we needed to expand that specific production facility with making encased industrial, was it encased industrial beams or something like that? Anyway, and we're gonna, I have 2 of these making parts. Now this is actually, I just realized I put the wrong one down, but it's the same one, but I think I picked the wrong, I think I picked the Caterium one instead of the iron one. Anyway. Yeah, I picked the Caterium one. But, I have like 2 of those set up, and I also have a bunch of, foundries set up over there, right? And so I'm going to drop this here for a second. And I'm using these steel ingots. So right now I have 60, okay, coming out. And I have, what, 6 on each side or something like that. At any rate, I have a bunch of these. And so I have all of these steel ingots. They're all running 60s. So my original plan for that was I need pipes, and this is my Mark II, by the way. I needed pipes, and I also need encased industrial beams. And so the thought process is about the recipes. So I'm going to put this down temporarily, okay? And to think about this, I have 2 encased industrial beams. I have the basic one that takes in 18 steel beams, 36 concrete, makes 6 beams. And then I have this one which takes in more pipes. So 24 pipes, okay. Takes in 20 concrete, it makes 4 encased industrial beams. And so I can use this alternate recipe in place of the regular one. And then I don't have to make any beams. We just go all straight to pipe. Okay? So that's kind of the thought that I had today. Now, the thing is, and let me put the foundry back up again. So, one foundry makes 60 ingots. Now, I don't think I'm overclocking them. I think I'm making these straight, right? And I have, let's see. I'm running on a pure node. So, is it 480 divided by 40? Yeah, so I have 6 on each side because I'm running overclock. I'm running at 200%. So I have 12 of these on each side, okay? or 6 on each side. So that's 12 times 60. So I'm making 720 of these at a time. So 720 steel ingots. Now you can see I didn't like have a big planner set up for this because I was just thinking about this actually like 30 minutes ago. So in order to make the pipes, in order to make the steel pipes, they're coming out at 30. Okay, so 2 of these per foundry. And it makes 20 steel pipes. Okay, so if I have 20 steel pipes, I'm going to use the fact that I've got all this extra room here. Just go like that for a second. If I have 20, I need 24. Okay, so how do we make this work? If I increase this, okay, let's say I increase this to match 24. Then, yeah, those numbers don't line up very well. So, if I underclock these to, let's see, if I make 3 per minute, that's not quite right. So, probably be more like, what, 80%? Oh, it's going to be one of those funny number ones, huh? 83.333. Yeah. 83.333. It'll make just shy of 4. You know, it makes a little over 3 per minute. And this takes in even numbers here. It makes the concrete go smaller. Now, is this a better recipe than using the beams? It does mean that, you know, if I do the beams, just for sake of argument here, I get 15 beams per minute versus... Oh, wow. See, even if I did the beams, I would still... Oh, actually, it would end up making more. Interesting. But is it? Would it actually make more? No, I don't think it does. I don't think it does. I don't. Because this takes a full 60 and makes 15. That other one takes 30. Right? So it's twice as many. Means it makes 7 industrial case beams per minute. 3 times 2. So what do you guys think? What would be the better number here? Should we do all pipes? That way I split some of the pipes off and the rest go into these. That's an interesting conundrum here. So just to put this in perspective, if I have 12, right? So I have 12 of those things. So I have 12. That means I have to have... Each one has 2. That means I need 24. Oof. That means I need 24 of these. Right? You can see how this can go any kinds of weird on me here. So if I have, what did I say, 12? Or no, 24. If I have 20, well, I don't quite need that many though. Hold on a second. Let's only do half. So one whole side, which is 6. which means I need 12 of these and 12 of these. Oof. Okay. I guess that's how we're going to do it then. So I need to set this up a little bit differently. Since we're going to be doing an entire side that way. So what we'll do is we'll go with the pipes. And we'll do the pipe setup. Or we, because you see it takes half the steel ingots. So yeah. So we're gonna go with the Mark II here. Oh, and I think I can fit 3 and 3 in here pretty easily. All right, this is the center line right here. So I mean, technically we could fit it in a 4x4, but I don't think I'll get as many machines if I do that. So if this is the center line right there, try to leave the center clear for logistics. Only I gotta turn it around the other way. Feed in on this side, feed in through the middle, out to the other. Now let me think. So right now everything feeds out. We're going to, this is going to go on another level. Well, actually this could go on the same level. I think I have enough room. So if it's going to feed from the out, then it needs to go this way. Okay, so we'll just put it like that. I don't think I can get, let me go around this way. Can I get 6 of these together? I don't think so. I think I can only get 5. So whatever I do, I'll have to... Let me think for a second here. I don't think we need to go this far. Give me a second here. I think we simply just have to utilize one of our existing blueprints here. So 6 and 6, right? So I can use one of these. Okay. Let me, I'll use the iron one. Of course, it won't let me use it over here. I gotta go to the Mark 1. Here. Okay, let's load up. I'll load up this one. So the way I have this one set up is it feeds from here and it feeds from there. So I can switch these over to... Oh no, I'm such an idiot. Never mind. These are smelters. Don't mind the idiot here. It literally says smelter on the front of it. I'm a moron. Don't worry about it. Anyway, let me go back over here. Alright. Where was I? Alright, so we need constructors. Oh, I'm such a... I could be such an idiot at times. Don't answer that. Alright, so I think we can only get the 5 in. So we'll do it in... I guess we can spread those out a little bit, right? We have the room. Let's give them a little bit of extra space here. We're just going to do a stack approach. full square, right? Full square. All right. And then we'll take... Hope everybody had a good, safe weekend. It was... the weekend was kind of a wishing well for the wintertime. It was fucking... Oh my gosh, it was so hot. I actually did yard work on Saturday, and I'm thankful I did it Saturday and not Sunday, because it was hell of a lot. Why do I keep doing that? It doesn't need to be that tight. Remember, it's got to be like that. All right. So we're going to have, like I said, outer because it's going to be coming from the outside. So I'm trying to think about this logically here. I guess the real question is, do we really need this much of a gap here? Guess we'd want to lead it out that way, right? Just me kind of thinking out loud as I do. Okay, there we go. All right, now these shoot out at 20 per, so 20, 40, 60, right? We can push them out at logistics wise. We can, I mean, we don't really need Mark 3s, but that's what I'm going to use. And then okay. So we got that. Let's just make sure we get all of it set correctly. So everything looks good. Yeah, I'll definitely be able to use this for both, for all of it pretty much, regardless of whether we make just pipes or encased industrial beams. All right. I believe we can do one of them like this. Think for a second here, because I probably should have moved this down that way a little bit, because I got to go up a second level. But we'll see what we can do here. Concrete pillar right here. See where it's at. Got a little bit of embeddedness in there. That's fine. Make sure we're going to have to go 3 up. Put it on each side. Make sure it's along the same line there. This corner. Try to make them as even as possible. Looks good to me. Okay. The fun part is always trying to get the foundations to kind of sit and play nice. Because usually when you put them in, they don't really play nice. So we have to kind of turn ourselves a little bit and go like that. Let's take it down. See, I don't really like when it does that. It tells me I didn't get it spaced out very well. Right, because this one is like right spot on, but it is kind of off a little. And that one hangs over. So, probably need to make it a little more in line with these lines. Right, so it needs to set off of this pillar here. So maybe I need to move these in here off that pillar. Let's look at that. Would that work better? Let's see here. I suppose probably not, because you see how those are kind of off right there. This is why I probably should have brought these in a little bit better. Just me just thinking out loud, guys. So it's kind of what I do. I think the problem, I went even with that, didn't I? Not quite. Okay. So. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's going the wrong direction, isn't it? There we go. I suppose if I put pillars in between them all, I can make them look like that they're actually sticking to it, right? Rather than having... Oh, I needed to move it over this way. I messed that one up. But yeah, I think I can fit these pillars like right here. Just like that. So that's what we'll do instead of putting down foundations. Seeing if that's completely lined up. It looks like it's lined up. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the other game that that I played. You know, where I had stuff kind of up in the air, attached to poles and everything. Right? I think it'll work out just nice. Although that is an interesting decision to put those poles right there. Okay. That works for me. Let's put another one in. Got to make sure these things are at the same level, right? Oops. That's the downside of doing it this way. It's kind of guesswork. These look like they're off slightly. What do you think? You think they're off a little? I'll put the poles in once we're done. Well, for one thing, I need to back at least that far. There it goes. Now it's lined up. Now, based off the way that is, it actually, I think those do set slightly... Whoops. Just trying to get on this pillar here. Yeah, you notice how they're set slightly back. So I even messed that up. But hey, they're setting normal-ish. Both of those need to be like up here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that. I might have to just put the... Maybe I'll put in a temporary one or something. That way I can at least get it all lined up. Right? Okay. Put in. There, so at least now I can kind of get it set in here. They don't make that easy to see, do they? Okay, that's not quite. Make sure everything's lined up perfectly. I think I got it that time. Okay. I think that's exactly where it needs to be. Let's see, compared to the other one. No, I have a bigger gap. Just using the blueprint mode, it can kind of really help set that up. Okay, I set the other one in. Okay. Might just be right on the money too. Here we go. Very nice. Okay, so now we can, I can take this out. We're going to keep this kind of floaty. quite lined up. Like that one is purely floating at this point. All right. Let's see if we can fix that. H-beam would work. There we go. There you go. What do you think of that? That's kind of cool. Cross beams. Yeah. This and put it what here? Right, kind of keep it in line. Not quite even, right? Because it kind of cuts into it, but ah. Now I can see it. It's kind of like sealing them in so they fit better. That one might be a little bit harder to do. I mean, they're not even, so it's kind of throwing me off OCD-wise, so I don't know if I should do that. I like the idea of the crossbeam, though. I might have to use that. You know what I mean? Might have to use that. Just not here. Just not here. I mean, I don't mind having them on the outside, though. We'll go ahead and go back to the foundations here. I think we can use the 1 mils for this. Actually, let's do it from this corner over here. So I'm only going to go 3 because, you know, we have those halves we can use. So. And that's how we'll make it work. That's how we'll make it work. Except for there. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work. We'll figure it out in the middle section here. So I am going to run it over just so I can see where I need to go. Okay. So go over there. 2, 3. That one out. Take a half. Half. And I believe we can put another half in here. And that fit? It doesn't quite fit. So we can kind of, what? Do it like that. Make sure it's all nice and flat. There, we got it now. Trying to get it to line up with that one. Not sure that'll line up correctly. Oh, this does, doesn't it? Oh, I guess that's right. Okay, everything's set up for pipes. Put in the logistics here. Everything comes out that way. Just like the other one. Damn it. There we go. Okay. From here. There we go. I think that'll do it. Now I could do just do something like this. Okay. All the inputs come in from this, from either side here. So I would say we probably come in from this end. Right, so we have a splitter. Okay. Spread it out just a little bit because the column is right there. It's down to the next one. Make sure they line up. Put that in the right way, didn't I? I did not. There we go. Did I put the first one in wrong? I did. Interesting. Sure, what happened there? Hey, howdy doody. Now, whoops. I have it set like that. See, the way some do it is they always have it feed in through the center, right? They have it feed through the center and then you do a distribution that way. I'm doing it the opposite way. I guess because I want to be a little bit different. I want to make sure that we set this up to split the right way. So, excuse me if I'm thinking out loud here. Because this is where the output's going to come out, is right here. I put a little bit of it, actually I should have probably put that right here, shouldn't I? That's where the output's going to be. So, let me take this part out for a minute. I need to think out loud here. Because the way that the output comes out from the foundries, right? The right term here. Yeah, the foundry is that they're feeding in through the center and then they're outputting, which means they're gonna be coming in from a side. So I think maybe I should be doing it from this side over here because I have more room to kind of play around with the distribution. Always trying to think of the right way to do this. Usually it ends up not being the right way to do this. So we have 6 sets of inputs on this side. All right. So all 6 of these are going to go for one entire section. So literally one side's going to feed off one side of foundries and one side's going to feed off of another set of foundries. So I just need to get there. And I might have to do it there so I'll have the room to actually set that up. So maybe I'll just leave it like this and then I'll finish it when I get over there. Alright, so let's just do select color. We've been over here for almost an hour, so we kind of need to get moving here. Instructor. Steel pipes times 12. So this goes into production. Save. Would clear this out. All right, so let's go ahead and make our way. Is it nighttime already? Oops, wrong way. Sometimes I lose my sense of direction in here. Oh no, it's sunny. Okay. So we're gonna head downstairs, get in the truck, and leave. And head over to that factory and finish that, at least getting that part of it ready. I still need to bring the concrete over from the truck, from the train station, which we'll try to see if we can get that done today. Now, as I said, I redid what I did with the roads. Okay, so over the weekend, I created new blueprints to handle the incline, declines, curves, and you're gonna see some of it right here. Because I'm actually working on the roadway for those productions over there. It's not done yet, but I've made pretty good progress. I did take 2 of the truck stops out over here, so I had a little more room to maneuver. Train is still training. I did update the truck stations on both ends of this. If you guys were here Friday, you would have saw the other truck station. It's all completely redone. I didn't redo the entire road system. I only redid parts of it. Mostly the parts by each end of the truck station. The stuff in the middle I just kind of left. We're going to kind of go around over there. This is where we're going to be, is here at this building. Right over here. So, I'll just take you over there briefly. You'll notice that the road station looks way different than it did before. But this is where we're going to be right here. And we're going to be up there. So let me just take you over here real quick. Let me take you over here real quick so show you what's happening. Because I do have to access concrete from over here for this job. So the road system has been raised up considerably instead of where it was at. I redid the trucks and all of it. So I had a hell of a time getting the maneuvering set up for the tracking, but it works now. And all of the truck stations everything's at the right level. And all of this stuff is now below instead of above. So this is the concrete that we're going to be sending over to that building as soon as we're ready. And as you can see, I've got full access from the empty part right here. But yeah, everything's filling. It's been trucking along. I have taken one full truckload of every item over here over to the other ones because I need to test the truck routes. It all works. So we're in good shape there. So let's go over here and let's look at what we're going to be working with today. Now I just built that that thing that you just saw, so let me just hover my run my rocket thing up here. So as you can see, I have 3 on this side and 3 on this side. Now I do have a lot of room here, but it's definitely not enough room. So this is what I'm saying. I have 12. Each I have 12 particular things here, all outputting 60. So in fact, these aren't nothing's powered yet, as you can tell. This has been sitting here for a couple weeks. So I got plenty of room on both sides. Now I did build that entire stack. And with good reason, because one of these can run 2 of those. So 2, 4, 6. So one row like I said, one side runs one and one side runs the other. All of this stuff's going to be running pipes. So I think I'm just going to create another level upstairs and try to make this work. Yeah, I definitely got plenty of room to work with here. Kind of makes me wish I would have moved everything back that way, but you know, that's fine. All right, so let's go up at least 1 level. That's probably good enough. The looks of it. Okay. All right, so this is the center area here. What I've been doing is running logistics up from the center. The power will run up from the center. No, I need that one. I just got to figure out exactly how I want to run all of this stuff. Because I'm not quite sure exactly how I want to run this. So let me just get the next... Oops, I didn't go up quite high enough. Oh. Of course, I can't. Always like to kind of be at this level. Okay. Let's try the 2-meter foundation. Come on. Why are you... Ugh. Oh, right. Let's make sure that this is going to work. Looks like it. Good. Now I can get up here and figure out how many of these I need. 1, 2, so... Should take me right to the end of the building. Okay, good. 1, 2, 3. Might have went a little too deep, though. The infinite zoop. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I went one row too deep. Should take me right to the edge. Yep. Plenty of room up here. Yeah. Oh wow, I only missed it by one. What do you know? Alright, so this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think I only missed one row over here. Alright, so now that we kind of got that situated, let me go down underneath. Alright, so everything is now hunky-dory there. So what I'd like to do is maybe do floor holes. Should I do it that way? I could combine all three and resplit. So the downside of those is each one of these uses two. Takes two of those. Two constructors, right? So 2, 4, 6. So 2, 4, 6. So one whole bottom row, or basically one whole side, would use this side. So I could send it all up through, like, add another shaft right here, right? And send these three up this side. I can't really send them up that side, right? Because I have all of my logistics right here. So that probably wouldn't work. Maybe I'll do it on the ends, right? Instead, so we'll do that. So this is the end here, so we'll do it through there. And through there. All right, so what we can do is send all of our logistics up that way. So we'll just put walls in here. We'll just put in 2 there, 2 there, and then 3, 3. I'm going to take that one out so I can see what's going on. And each one gets a 3. Hold on. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Or do I combine them and just send up the 1? You know what? I'm going to do it in 3. Each one gets its own. Yeah, we'll try it like that. So I guess I should put... once I get up there, I'll decide if I want to have it at the bottom or if I want to have it up a row. Probably going to go up a row, so I'll probably go 1, 1, and then 1 like that, 1 like that. I suppose this needs to go that way. Okay. So 1. I'll leave that one in case I need to look in there. Okay. Now the idea is these are gonna feed into here, those are gonna feed into here, and these are gonna elevate, these are gonna run. Now these are only running at 60, right? So I honestly don't need anything faster than that. I mean, we can put, because that we're talking Mark 1s, but I mean, I have enough to do that. I could do it with Mark 2s. Doing it with Mark 3s isn't really going to make it work any faster, really. If anything, it'll make it back up faster. I think I'll do... It's a tough one, because I don't want to run out of plates, either. I've got these in volumes through here, but I don't have it through volumes in those others, so... What do you guys think? You think I should use Mark 3s, even though I don't need that much speed? I suppose it might as well. I think that's what I'm using throughout the entire thing, isn't it? Yeah, I'll just use Mark 3s. Alright, so we got to put Mark 3s, feed in. So go up to there. Hard part is making sure these things can even see. It looks like I got it right. Let's see. Just for the hell of it. See if I got it right. Let's see. Can I put something on it from my inventory? Oh, can I put anything on here? It's one of those where I'm gonna have to just do this. There. Takes it up. And it works. Good. That just lets me know that they connected okay. I hate hooking these things up and then find out they didn't work, so... Just in case I can't see the numbers, you know? Oh, see, now they're snapping. They didn't snap that first time. There. So all of that is in place. Just like that. Just got to feed them in. Or maybe it did and I just didn't, like, I don't know, feel it, if you will. All right, there we go. Very good. Now it's just a matter of getting each one of these to feed into there. I don't mind having floor logistics, you know, out and about here. The far one, I think we'll put into the far one and, you know, kind of work our way in. So let's start off with this. Want a nice straight feed. Look at that, just feeds right on in. Pretty soon we'll actually be making stuff, huh? Nothing fancy with this, just straight logistics. Almost like I completely planned it this way. All right. So as you can see, we have everything right there. I'm going to go ahead and put a lid on this for now. I don't know if I need to get anything out of it. But what I will do is mark it so I know which one I'm messing with. Alright, so we'll start with this side, since that is the sort of center, right? 1, 2 there. Oh, well, dead center is right here. Alright, blueprint time. So the real question becomes, do we want it to feed out into the middle? Probably wouldn't hurt. Because guess what? The next level up is going to be the encased industrial beams. Because only one set of these is going to be making it. So I've got plenty. I got a decent amount of space here, so it outputs. Well, actually, no, it outputs right here. So this is the output that will go upstairs. Well, actually, this one probably won't. This one will get fed down. So actually, I probably want to leave it like that. Yeah, I think this will work. I think this will work. Just like that. Yeah. Dead center. Just looking at... I like things to be kind of perfect. Let's look at... It ends in a good spot. Yep, I'm good with it. Drop it. Come around here to the other side. You can see how it's got a little bit of space there, so we're going to do the same thing. Okay. Make sure I got enough room coming out of here, because this is one that's going to go upstairs to make the encased industrial beams. Right there. Trying to make sure it's all even. Doesn't feel even. But I like it even here, so I think that's where we're going to put it. Alright, so each one of these is going to go to each one of these. So that's how we're going to make it work. So we can put the logistics kind of out here a little bit, so that way we can make sure that it all lines up just like that. Making sure the column's not in the way at all. Maybe go a little bit this way. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right. Now, if I do this right, then what we do is we'll pop that in there. Just like that. That's the easy part. The next part is we're going to run each one of these into this part right here. The inner one's going to feed upstairs, so we get the Mark III here. Hard part is making sure that I get it high enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See, is that high? No, that is too high. 6 maybe. Okay, try that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect enough height. Perfect enough height. Probably could get away with 7, but alright, so these are at a specific height, so we could just accept them in like that. And just like we did downstairs, they would go straight. Just like that. At least we can walk around this way. I don't have any power set up anywhere, so the entire building is it's wired at the very bottom, but I haven't like attached it to anything yet, so that probably won't. Well, it could. We could wire this up. We could wire this up. Okay. So I said these two are pipes, so we'll need to we'll probably create a like storage units. Probably 1, 2. I gotta, because I have to send it right over there. So each section might have its own storage, because these things are going to be outputting at what, 20 times 6, so 120 on, or 240 total coming out. I don't know if I need that many over there. There we go. All right, so we're gonna do the same thing over here that we did over there. To get a splitter. Get a good distance that I think works. I like it. Good. That hooked in. Just like before. Get these. Now hook them up. And then we put the front ones on here. Ooh, this one's going to be a little closer. So I'm going to turn it that way. So I think I needed to push these farther in that way. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're full straight. Yeah, I should have pushed those in further. So I'm going to do that real quick. All right, I didn't mean to have to take this out. Didn't even think about that. Okay. Before I get too far ahead of myself, let's see how that looks. The idea is this has to be able to connect into that, and that's why I had to move it. Yeah, that works. All right. Hook up the mark. Very nice. Okay, so get these connected. Get our basic lift. And then we run it. What's going on? These are feeding incorrectly, right? I put that one in wrong. Okay. I supposedly reversed it, but now it's... I hate when that happens. Oh, I put this in wrong. That's supposed to be on this side. Ugh. So disappointed. There. Now it looks like it's feeding in. Don't mind the moron here. Okay. Now we can do it. So, look at it here, set it to straight. Set it straight. Set it to straight. Alright. One whole half done. Now I gotta go do the other side. Very good. All right. Well, if you guys like what you see, don't forget to hit the like button if you're on YouTube. If you're not subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe. I do a live streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday, starting at 8 o'clock Central Time. Stream till about 10. Sometimes I'll stream later, but it's usually on Fridays when I do that. Come on, why won't you fit in there now? What's going on? It's lined up perfectly. Why you gotta be different, man? What about you? You gonna be stubborn too? Oh. Why is this one gotta be different? It is no different than the other ones right over there. In fact, I did the exact same thing right there. How is that one any different than this one? Weird. Let's try it again. There is nothing wrong with that. Invalid belt shape my ass. Looks good to me. Why do I always have to have one that does not cooperate? Everything else is perfectly aligned. In fact, these are like spot on with each other. Actually, this one is slightly over that way. Looking at them from top to bottom. All right. Fine. One way or another, you got in there. Oh, did I put a Mark IV on there? That's not what I wanted. Put a Mark IV in there. There you go. All right, so even Steven, baby. Even Steven. Okay. They're not quite even compared to the other side. So just want to make sure I get a good... I think that'll be good. Okay. Of course, it's going the wrong direction. Same thing over here. Of course I did. Boy, I'm 3 for 3 on putting those in wrong. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully there won't be any issues with this one. Okay. Good. Really? Just like the other one, huh? Okay, well, I guess you get to go in the other side then. Well, at least this whole section matches since it's the same way on the other side. Okay. All right. We are done with this side. So now we have all of the entire pipes. So we have what, 480 pipes? Oy vey. That's a lot of pipes. I mean, we're not gonna use them all, but you know, it's a good start. Now we just have to build another level to go up to make the case industrial beams. So that is the next section here. So let's go ahead and sort of get that mapped out. I don't have blueprints, so we're gonna have to figure that one out. Now we'll figure out where the output is, right? So probably need to go what, at least 4 up, maybe. Let's see how that looks. It's starting to rain. Of course it is. I've been using the 2 meters for these, so go up to this level, see if it's high enough. And it appears to be way higher than I need to be. So I don't need to go up any higher than I really need to go, so. All right, let's go down a row. Let's go to this one, I think. This one will work. So again, we're what, 1, 2, 3, maybe 7 across. Get a good sense on how that looks. Ooh, that's really, really tight. Maybe with the 1 meter instead of the 2. I think it's the right height. I think it's just the wrong thickness. So let's try the 1 meter. Change this one out for... I think that works better. Whoop, I went a little too far there. Yeah, that works a little bit better. There's clearance, right? There's clearance, and, you know, when we do the wiring, we can actually put in, we can put these kind of things in, which will come in real handy. All right, so we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 maybe? Okay. Very nice. get it in batches, right? Okay. So there we go. We have that now. And so this is the side it'll be coming in from. So it'll be coming out of this and out of that one right there, I believe, right? Isn't that where it's supposed to come out of? Or is this supposed to come out of the middle here? Oh, actually it comes out right here. I meant to flip this around the other way. That's okay. We could just stick it in, here, which is what we fed in from the previous, to keep everything kind of consistent. So... Okay, so I have some extra concrete walls that come in handy for this very kind of thing. Where I could have it go in like that. And I can just take this part out. And then should just feed right directly in. It's not the same kind of concrete, but it'll do the job, so that's all that really matters, right? So... look at how that's put together. Since these are not normal floor walls, so that one's going to go straight up. So this one will go through the middle like that. Again, it's a different kind of concrete, but I mean, I technically, well, let me look. Do I technically have those? See, I have a single like this, but I don't. You can see it's in the center. So. Kind of a heck of a way to get up there, but, whatever works, I guess. Okay, so we'll go one normal, and then we just have to pick where they're going to come out at, right? So I think one should go this way and one should go that way. So we'll let the center one go this way. That'll be a pretty straightforward, just the center wall right there. So we can take that. And then that one is just going to feed directly into... What I'll do is I'll put the same center over here. And now what we'll have is have it do this, and then it's like that. So now those will come out that way. The real question is, how do I get the concrete up here? That's the trick. Because I need doubles. I need I need them to come out on each side. Bang 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 bang. So let me re-examine this here. So here's what I need. That's ideally what I want. I want one of them to be concrete, and I want one of them to be pipes. Same over here. This guy's in the center, but I can make him go anywhere I want, so... Send him over that way. So let's take this one out. Back over to here. See, these are a little more spread out too. They also have these that go like this, which are kind of neat, but don't work for this scenario necessarily. So put it on that side. Let's see if I can route that route over okay. No. So putting that there, I can send it up to that one. Right, so we can do a legit... See, this is one of those where it doesn't actually line up, you know, you don't hear it, it doesn't click. I can only hope that that matches. Okay. And that leaves the center, this side over here, so I need to redistribute that one. So maybe I can do something here. Because what I'm trying to do is leave this center open. If I open this back up again, you see how that is completely open. So let's take this out. And I think we're just gonna see, that side there is pretty open all the way down. I'm not sure how I'll get concrete over there. That's a problem I'll have to worry about. I think I'll put it in, I'll run it over on this side. Okay, so take the end. I think I can run it there. Maybe get that to connect. Let's see if this connects. Maybe bring it from the top. Okay, let's see if that's working. That one's kind of iffy to me, so... Yeah, it worked. At least that part did. Now. Should come out right here. Oh, come on. Yep, it worked. Works for me. Okay, so we got those in. Now all I have to do is bring the concrete in from all the way at the bottom and have it sent from way over there to way over here. So that's kind of where we're at. Once we have that set up, you know, the concrete will flow pretty quickly. We won't really be using tons of it, right? But then I'll need to figure out how many each section's going to be putting out, because I have 120, right? There's 120, and we're going to be using these. And 120, and that's what I have to dial these down, right, with the 83.333. So 6 of them. So I'll need 6 on each side. So this is not quite center, but we'll need 6 of these. So 3 there and 3 there. They'll feed in through here, the output on the sides, on both sides, and each section will be gathered up, and all of it will be sent over there. Now, we're talking 6 of these, right? So, or 12 total. Right, so 12 times 3333. So what? 12 times... That's basically almost 40 per minute total. So 40 per minute. Now, I'm going to take a little trip over there real quick, because we're at the end of the stream here, so... I'm going to have 40 encased industrial beams a minute. We'll see how that relates to these 4 machines here. Okay. Now, right now, these are going to be making computers, but the next level up is going to be the encased industrial beams. And here we need 9.3 times 4 is 36. 9.375. 9.375. 375 times 4. Yeah, we'll have just enough with a little bit of extra. We'll hit, because we're going to be at 37, and we're making almost 40, so that's actually good. We'll have a little bit of overflow. So what we'll probably end up doing is putting a storage box down here to store all the extra encased beams, or we'll do it, back there. I guess it doesn't really matter which way, but it'll be coming from that top row all the way over here. But it's going to go up to the level above this, because this is going to go up a level, and it's going to be making, it'll be making these, right? So we'll have the encased industrial beams in there, steel pipes, right? So I have, let's see, 33.75. So 33.75 times 4 is 135. So it might be scaled down just slightly because we only have, well, no. We have 240 a minute coming out of that up there. So, yeah, we should be fine. What I'll do is I'll just set up an overflow. I'll basically set it up to where I'll put a smart splitter in, and anything that is over capacity will just go straight into the sink and we'll be fine. Maybe I'll do that for both of them. I'll just send it down to a single sink, and then just, that'll be that. Now we also need concrete over here, right? So we need concrete for this one. So that's 26.5. Oops. 25 times 4. So we need 82 here. 82 there. And yeah, that's the only place we need the concrete. Now we already have the concrete. It's right over here. So here is the here's the ending side of the truck system. I have a nice rounding system where it comes down from there, comes right over here, and goes right on through. I have an entire container full already right here, plus whatever I send in for the truck stops. We're not going to run out right away. Everything's already set up to go straight into the system. Hey, have a good night. We even have modular frames and smart. The smart plates I don't need for computers, right? There's no smart plates here. We don't need it for these either. What I need them for are the modular engines that will be built over here. Modular engines will be built over here. Yeah, there's still a bunch of stuff that I have to send. Whoop. There's still a bunch of stuff that I have to send over here, so yeah. Lots to do. But Wednesday, I think what I'm going to try to do tomorrow is go ahead and have that thing building over there to build up a surplus. I still need to send it all over here, right? But for the computers, the only thing I need from that direction is the quick wire, which is going over there. So I need to split off of that and bring it over here somehow, which shouldn't be that big of a stretch. I might bring it right. It might just come straight through over here, which I need to do anyway because I need rubber. And I need 22 and a half rubber here. I need rubber from this over here. Rubber's coming from over there where the plastic is. I've got circuit boards, so I got a lot of stuff that's going to be flowing over here. Lots to do, man, lots to do. But I think we made some good progress over there. We got some more levels up on the thing. And yeah, so I need to get that finished over there. I'm going to work in different aspects of this, so you're not seeing the same thing every stream. So I worked over there today. I'll work over there to over here on Wednesday, and we'll figure out what Friday's going to be. So maybe it's a combination of both, but we're getting there to the point where we're going to start getting some mini. I need to get this phase 3 parts made. I have plenty of other shit that needs to be done around here, and it's all waiting on this. So, all right, that's going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and save the game here. So we're at phase 3. Phase 3 prod. I'll say 2. We're already at 162 hours into this particular playthrough. That's quite a bit. It is a little slower going because, you know, not everything's where it normally is, and this is really the first time I'm pushing through phase 3 into tiers 7 and 8. So, yeah. You know, once I get to the point where they're building the phase 3 parts, then we can start looking at other productions that I need to scale up. Eventually, we're going to move over to the southern areas, the plains, the desert. We're going to build entire setups over there that are different than over here. Probably rely on a few less of other things. But, yeah, I think it's all working itself out. It's just, it's a process, as they say. Anyway, thank you all for coming out. If you haven't hit the like button on YouTube, do it, please. If you enjoyed it, if you don't, hit the down one. It's fine for me either way. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you're on the Twitch side of things, hit the follow button if you haven't already. If you have some of that Bezos money and you want to use it on somebody, I'm here for you. With that being said, I'll see you Wednesday. Have a good night.